County commissioners are moving forward with efforts to replace a Bexar County constable they claim fired herself from her job. Even as they do this, Precinct 2 Constable Michelle Barrientes Vela says she's not leaving. Eyewitness News reporter Leah Durain is downtown with how we got to this point.
To make things easier, it broke everything down into a timeline. It all started last Monday on September 23rd when the FBI and Texas Rangers raided Bexar County Constable number 2 Michelle Barrientes Vela's office. Then on Tuesday, September 24th, in an interview with KENS 5 regarding that raid, the constable said, quote, "I will be seeking sheriff in 2020. The next day, Wednesday, September 25th, Bexar County officials weighed the statement as triggering a resign to run provision in the state constitution and made plans to find a replacement for the constable. Saturday, September 28th, the constable released a statement saying she made no formal political declaration. The news interview included words "in the heat of the moment." Then on Monday, September 30th, Constable Barrientes Vela filed a lawsuit saying she never resigned. A judge weighed in on the temporary restraining order portion, saying commissioners can move forward in the selection process for a replacement for now, although the lawsuit is still pending. Now today, commissioners will narrow down a list of 29 applicants who hope to become her replacement. The commissioners will decide who will be interviewed for the spot. Now, upcoming Friday, October 11th, another court hearing is scheduled. That's when both parties will find out when and if a replacement will take office or if Michelle Barrientes Vela will keep her position. Leah Durain, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.